You start with a nice big pan and you put some oil in it. The recipe calls for peanut oil, but I prefer using olive oil for the health benefits. You take some red onion. You can have it, dice it chunky or real small. I prefer chunky. And just get that in the skillet first. Get it all in, all that goodness. And you just saute it for just a moment.
Now, why are you sauteing it for?
It gives it a good consistency and
good flavor.
Good flavor. It releases, you can smell that aroma, and it really just brings out the flavor of the onions, especially when it just slightly caramelizes it like that.
Oh, okay.
Then you get extra lean hamburger meat. I always recommend using that. Less fat. And I cook it with the onions. I brown the hamburger meat with the onions because the onions absorb that beef flavor. You get a real great beefy taste with your onions. And just put that right in there. Get it all in there. And we just stir that all around. Chop that up. Nice red color. When it gets all brown, we'll add the other ingredients. This is a really great breakfast recipe that's fast. You can serve your whole family, or you can adjust the amount that you put in here if you just want to feed just one person. Also, for some bachelors out there, you can cheat and use onion flakes. But make sure if you do use the onion flakes, you definitely got to cook it with your meat, because those are dehydrated and you want the juices from the hamburger to hydrate your flakes. Me, of course, I love fresh onion. Much better flavor, much better aroma.
Oh wow, that smells great.
Alright, and that's going to be just a moment. Okay, let's check the meat mixture. There we go, that looks good. I keep the temperature on high while I'm browning the hamburger meat, and then I lower it to a medium temperature for the rest of the process. Now, while we got this on low fire, we're going to prepare our eggs. And we just crack these open. We're going to use 4 eggs since we're cooking for more than one person. Just toss those in there. There we go. And then you just put in your hot sauce to taste.
Okay, what kind of hot sauces are you using?
I'm going to be using just a little bit of paste chunky salsa, because I like meals that are more chunky, something you can just bite into. I take a couple of tablespoons. And then my favorite as far as hot sauce is the Valentina. My friends, Mexican friends, tell me this is probably the best tasting hot sauce, and you get a really good price at your local supermarket. And about just 1 tablespoon. You can always add more if you like it hot. I just like a little bit of spice with mine. Valentina also has, you can get anything that has just a lot of heat to it. The Valentina I've found has, just like my friends have told me, it has a better flavor. And it's not always about the heat. You want to have a good flavor to your eggs. And you just mix these up like so. There we go. You can make them as fluffy as you like. That's about how I like it. You get fresh baby spinach, and this will be our next ingredient. You pop that open, And again, the recipe calls for like a full pound. Again, you will adjust that based upon your preference and how many people you're going to be feeding. We're going to put in a good, start out with a good 2 handfuls. That's the best thing I like about cooking, is that it's all based upon, you know, you start with your base ingredients and then just go upon what your preference is. I love baby spinach. I probably would like, you know, maybe one day try and see if I can actually put a pound into a skillet, but that would have to be a pretty big pot. And so you just mix all that spinach in there with your meat. And this is why you don't want to rinse that meat, because you got all that natural juices and everything that will coat the spinach as you're cooking. And you keep stirring it so you get right consistency the way you want it. Get it all mixed in there. Alright, let's take a look at our mixture. Those leaves are looking fantastic. Alright, now time for the scrambled egg part. You just take your egg mixture and you pour it over there. Nothing fancy, just dump it right in. Get all that goodness. And get it all stirred in there. At this point, when you add the eggs, you may want to increase the heat. Not too much, just a couple of notches. You really don't want it on the full blast. I find at a medium heat that this helps cook the eggs at a more even keel. And you can tell by all the colors. You got your greens from the spinach, the hamburger meat, the eggs right here are cooking nicely. You got your onions, and plus you can see some of the red from the salsa and the picante sauce. And it's too bad you can't smell this, because this smells just really great. There we go. It's almost to the where we want it.
Nice consistency.
Very nice consistency. Let's let that cook for just a little bit. We're going to put the top on for another minute and then we'll check it. Alright, let's take a look. And okay, that is perfect. It's moist, fully cooked through. All we have to do is transfer it over to our plate or bowl. Let's get that in there. Don't miss any. Get that clean. And then the final touch, your Parmesan. For those that are lactose intolerant like me, the vegan brand is perfect. Can't even tell the difference. There we go.
Otherwise, I guess you just use fresh Parmesan.
Otherwise, just fresh Parmesan would be good too for those who can have that. And there we go. We have eggs Florentine Scramble.